Hi, this week we're talking about refugees and how they are portrayed in media and social media. I find that most of the images. Hi, this week we're talking about refugees and the way they are portrayed in the media and social media. I find that most of the time, images and videos of refugees are usually those of mothers with their children or large families. Um, Usually images that bring out a lot of compassion. And despite that, though, I feel as though those images often um, kind of create an extra layer of negativity. A lot of it, makes you feel sadness, um, kind of like a sense of desperation and neediness. And even though obviously all the people who are refugees do need help, I feel as though there's also kind of like a grim view of the actual individuals, a sense of, you know, um, maybe primitive thinking or, um, people who don't have a lot of education or things like that, which is completely untrue, but I do find from at least my encounters and what I've heard people say, I feel as though a lot of people do think that way, unfortunately. People are missing the actual individuals in the photos and the videos, and all of these assumptions couldn't be any further from the truth. Most of a lot of these people are engineers, doctors, artists, writers, very highly educated people, people who come from all classes, just like in any other country, lower, middle, upper class. And a lot of the things that people are assuming, things like, oh, the government's going to have to take care of them forever. Most of these people don't want to stay on government assistance forever. They want to go back to their professions, to the things that they studied for and the things that they've always wanted to work to work for. Um, I feel as though the devastation that refugees are experiencing is not just a loss of being displaced or separated from their families. I feel as though it's also um, like a loss of their country, basically. A loss of not being able to go back to their real life. And and the way I see it is, if, for example, you're a Harvard professor and, one day this war breaks out and suddenly, you can't go back to where you were working every day. Cambridge doesn't exist. Boston doesn't exist. Um, Everything you've ever known doesn't exist. Your favorite bench where you ate your lunch every day doesn't exist. Your friends are gone. And it's not just that the war happened, it's that you can't go back. Um, I think a lot of people don't know how historically rich Syria really is. From the Mesopotamian Empire to the Roman Empire to the Ottoman Empire, it's just centuries and centuries, thousands of years of history, and the pride that people felt living there, being there in that land, and suddenly so much of it has been erased. I think it takes away a certain sense of who they are. And I feel like a lot of the things that the media is portraying is beneficial in a way because it makes people feel compassionate. But at the same time, it also doesn't give enough value to the people that it is portraying. Um, Not showing, the education, the history, um, the things that are truly lost. The truth of the matter is that I believe most of these people would be an excellent addition to any society. Their experience, their knowledge can bring a lot of money into an economy, which is actually an opposite of what a lot of people assume with refugees coming in. I do understand why people get these fears and where they come from. But if you do the research, if you really, go into it, you start understanding the value of the people countries are accepting.